Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I think we have somewhat of a positive news for the cybersecurity people in the federal agency because I'm going to bring to you a newly released article. It was actually from yesterday, but I'm going to share that with you guys right now. White House instructs agencies to avoid firing cybersecurity staff, email says. Wow, what a turn of events. So, uh, here's a picture of I believe that is the White House, right? I don't even know, honestly. And there's a stop sign. So it just says, oh, yes, White House is seen behind, I should have read that. White House is seen behind a stop sign, which is, whoa, let's hold the brake, let's pump the brakes, and let's focus on what are we doing before we screw something up really, really bad. So summary here says cybersecurity layoffs could harm U.S. national security. Experts warn. Former NSA official warns of devastating impact on cybersecurity. DOGE access to sensitive information rises security concerns. Well, a lot of things to factor in right now, especially with the climate and how everything is turning for at least somewhat of a positive for cybersecurity professionals right now. But that does not omit the fact that 130 employees from the federal agency side has already been let go. So I'm not sure if this is a attempt to just stop firing everyone that's still here or bring some people back. I don't know. I'm not sure what that actually means. It doesn't really state that here. So let's dive a little deeper. Of course, I've been blowing this up. The White House is urging federal agencies to refrain from laying off their cybersecurity teams, even though it has already happened. So I'm not too sure. As they scramble to comply with Thursday's deadline to submit a mass layoff plan to slash their budget, according to an email seen by Reuters. Greg uh, Barbacia, I'm butchering that. The United States Federal Chief Information Officer sent the message on Wednesday in response to questions about whether cybersecurity employees' work is national security related and therefore exempt from layoffs. I believe they are. They should be exempt. It is a national security related, in my opinion, at least. And of course, the story continues. We believe cybersecurity is national security, and we encourage department level chief information officers to consider this when reviewing their organizations. He wrote in an email to information technology employees across federal government, which has not been previously reported, describing skilled cybersecurity professionals as playing a vital role in mission delivery and information assurance. He said, "We are confident federal agencies will be able to identify efficiencies across their non-cyber mission area without negatively affecting the agency's cyber posture." All right, so let's go a little deeper. I mean, this article is not too long, so let's see where they leave off. Right, the Office of Management and Budget, that's OMB, if for short. If you ever heard that, if you're part of the state, city, federal, OMB is what's approved, right? If you have the budget to, and they would have to approve it, which is part of the White House, did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but the email reflects growing concern that the deep cuts mandated by President Donald Trump and his billionaire advisor, Elon Musk, could harm the United States' ability to combat cybersecurity threats. Yes, very true. In testimony earlier this month, a former cybersecurity director at the National Security Agency, the NSA, Rob Joyce, said that mass culling of workers from federal payrolls would have a devastating impact on cybersecurity and national security. Of course, as soon as you lose the people that is managing or supposed to be protecting you, it's going to have a drastic effect on everything, right? Because now you're leaving yourself vulnerable, right? It's like having a guard, like a human guard, right? Like a security guard guarding 10 different doors or 5 different doors. They can only be at one place at one time, right? It's not possible to be jumping around. You have to have people, more power. What in the world is Trend Michael doing? Anyway, at the Social Security Administration, for instance, DOGE was awarded unusually broad access to some of the agency's most sensitive data over the objections of senior officials. why is Doge accessing information that's they shouldn't be touching or have access to, right? Makes no sense. I don't know why. In declaration submitted earlier this month in a lawsuit against the agency by a group of unions, a department staffer who recently exited said she did not believe that Doge associates were up to the task of protecting the data they want access to, and that in such a chaotic environment, the risk of data leaking into the wrong hands is significant. So this was as of February 14th, which was last month, exactly 1 month ago. More than 130 positions has been cut from the Department of Homeland Security, Cybersecurity, and Infrastructure Security Agency, according to CISA. All right, guys. So Doge apparently seems to be wanting to do the work of these cyber professionals, even though we know fully, from right now, the staff of Doge is not that competent, to be honest. I'm not sure who or what makes them believe that they are, and getting rid of these professionals to do these things on their own. So I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, I agree. If you're not competent enough to protect us or the data that you're holding or you're responsible for, all of a sudden, it may get into the wrong hands. Or maybe that is none of their concern. Maybe that's not what they want. Like, if Doge is protecting supposedly the information of general public, taxpayers, and who whatnot, then if they don't have a concern, maybe that's just part of their game, right? I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind it on why they would remove these individuals, because they feel like they're a high expense. They want to reduce the budget, and the federal money going out to all these different agencies. They're trying to cut back. Understood, but at the same time, we're very vulnerable at this point. But just to go back onto the article itself, it is a positive note, because not that it's entirely positive, because they already have laid off a lot of people, but the goal is now to not lay off any more people, because the more you lay off, you're going to be working on a skeleton crew. And if you have ever worked in a team or a group in a company that just works off a skeleton crew, your ass is always on the line, right? Like you're constantly being like thrown projects or given tasks that is like beyond reasonable to deliver, especially when you have multiple things on your plate and you don't have enough people to help you, or if there's anyone to even help you, you're responsible and liable for a lot of these things. And of course, if you don't perform them or you can't do it, then they have every right to get rid of you as well. So kind of sucks either way you look at it, but hopefully as these events keep on changing and daily updates on what's going on, because this is so specific to cybersecurity, and that's one of the reasons why I'm bringing that to your attention. Hopefully you guys can enjoy all this, and hit that like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Take care.